This is a related video for Hunter x Hunter episode 100, 101, and 102 3-episode reaction. So click in the link in the description below to go watch my reaction for yourself and then come back here to see my full thoughts and ideas and theories and all that kind of good stuff. So click away now or we spoil as to what happened in these episodes. Like I said, go watch the reaction or watch the episodes or whatnot and then come back here to see my review on these episodes. So click away now. Okay. I always like to see like how much time it is to like I don't know. Anyways, super freaking cool episodes. Killer was badass all the way through. Um they kept they hinted at the fact, or they teased the whole tease whatever. His death twice in two different scenarios. Blood loss and the fish in the straight in the head kind of thing when he went back. So they kept teasing his death kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, I I know the show has death. That's a given. Actually, let me pull this up a little bit. It's a little low. Here we go. Got a self little tripod thing. I can just pop up. Actually, that might be too high. I don't know. But yeah, I love the fact that or no, don't love that. No, sorry. I was thinking about something else. The show has death. We've seen that from like other hunters dying and um tons of people getting slaughtered in the streets and all this kind of stuff. So we've seen that happen before. Even with like characters we've seen in the past, most notably is that one girl who was the bees. She was a cool character like that. She was not a bad guy, anything like that. And the bugs just ultimately just like wrecked her like so hard. It was like so brutal, like how she died. And we didn't get to see like a good thing, I guess. That we didn't get to see like what the aftermath of that whole like bloodthirsty kind of like gun battle, whatever. But we did see like the kind of like a zoomed out portion of the guy just sitting there unloading guns onto her. So death is there. But I don't think we're at the point quite yet where a main character will die. Um, so I have my hopes up for Killua pushing through, and so far as we know, so far, he's going to push through. Like the last time we saw him, he was going off to see a doctor in the underground place, whatever. A trusted doctor, thanks to Killua's new buddy. So yeah, Killua's got a new buddy, and then Gon's got a new buddy. So hopefully when they meet up, they don't like kill their other buddies, whatever. Hopefully all four of them can like help out. I'm not sure what the octopus really per se. Maybe the octopus can jump into Killua. Oh, I don't know, but I feel like because the octopus was saying how he needs a host in order to fire his gun and everything. So I was wondering if that could be like something. I don't know. I feel like the octopus kills the host when he jumps into them, and uses them as a host kind of thing. So maybe there's a way for him to use Killua and not kill him. Um, I don't know. I hope so. That'd be cool. Then the octopus can have still be useful to him and everything, and help out because he did turncoat. He did like become a traitor to help Killua, because Killua helped him in a way. So yeah, cool group episodes. Saw a lot of fights with mer people, that kind of thing. We saw like a big, like almost like one of those beetle bugs. Like what are they called again? My brain says warrior, but I don't think it's a warrior bug. It's like one of those bugs with like the big, like huge feelers that like help roll around big, like the dung beetle. There we go. Something like that, right? Like that's sort of what I was like kind of feeling. And I bet you that's why he had like a butt shotgun blast thing, whatever, an explosive fart or whatever Killer was put it. It makes sense like a dung beetle kind of. I don't know. it's silly. But we saw him and a couple other bugs of different varied types. We're actually getting to see some of their net abilities now. More of the lieutenant guys, like Gone's buddy, the chameleon. He can turn absolute invisible to the point where he's still there, but everyone just doesn't register him at all. Um, so he's completely 100% invisible. Um, he's not invincible, but because like you said, he's still there. He still can get hit, he can still be touched, that kind of thing. I think he said Killua touched him a couple times, but Killua didn't. Or no, sorry, Gon touched him when he was showing Gon his ability, but Gon didn't register that he was actually touching anybody. So that's a really cool power, and I hope they stay on good side kind of thing. I mean, he gave a really solid evidence that he's gonna stay good side because he was saying how the king killed the penguin guy, which off the top of my head I can't remember his name, and the reason why he's so mad about that is because he remembered a little bit of his past. The penguin guy used to be his adopted father, and him. I don't know if he mentioned if they actually told if the chameleon guy told the penguin about this, but he does. The chameleon guy remembers his past to the point where he knows that the penguin guy is his stepfather, or I should say adopted father, whatever you want to call it, his dad. So he knows that much, but then the king killed him in front of everybody. Um, so that's why he wants revenge and everything. So hopefully he stays good. He doesn't like turn coat again, um, or whatnot, kind of thing. So that's gonna be cool to have him around. Like I said, hopefully he stays good. And then we have Killua's octopus buddy, who basically, like I said before, he wanted to help Gon out because no, he wanted to help Killua out because Killua helped him out to a degree, just saying like you're cool, or I can't remember. He called the octopus guy cool, um, and he really liked that. Even though he shot Killua multiple times, he still like kind of let him go, kind of thing. He I don't know. The octopus cut his gun to fall. Killua saved him with the yo-yo, brought him back up, kind of thing. Or no, he flung him to the safety of the away from the water because the water had like piranhas and crap in it. Um, so that's like kind of like uh, he owes you, you owe him kind of scenarios, sort of things like that. So yeah, it was a silly moment. That whole like background like glittery kind of scenes like that where he's like tearing up a little bit. It's like goodbye, that kind of thing. Those were hilarious. Um, but yeah, so they both have buddies now in the ant family. So like I said, hopefully they stay friends and they don't turn coat. Um, and it looks like plans have been sped up in terms of the everybody's like kind of plans because Killua started going out and attacking all of the puppets and everything. So everybody's plans had to kind of um, proceed faster, kind of thing, or to change the plans, kind of thing. The king is really interesting right now because he's I'm guessing he's like practicing in the way of strategy from different games. That's kind of like what I'm getting, like I'm thinking when I'm like seeing him do this kind of stuff. He's trying all these different games out that have different rule sets and all this kind of stuff, and he's mastering each and every one of them to the point where he's beating the professionals that he has around him, kind of thing. So that way he knows that he's got it down, kind of thing. So he's kind of like a I mean, his Nen power is to um, take the powers from. Sorry. Take the powers from other hunters, suck it into his body, and use their energy to power up himself. So he's like, think of it like a bottle of power, and every time he eats a Nen user, his power grows and grows and grows and grows and grows, kind of thing. My take on it is that he is so gifted at killing and everything, and he's killed multiple people so far to the point where it's almost like not even like a second thought to him. He's just like whips his tail to the side, and the guy's head pops off, and kind of thing. There's no real fight. Um, so there's not really any way to train, because like everything he's doing, everything he does just dies or just gets destroyed instantly. So that's like, in my mind, he is training his mind in the art of strategy and all this kind of stuff, just for the sheer chance that someone somewhere might legitimately pose him a threat. That's kind of like what I'm thinking. Um, he might not show that he's kind of worried about that outcome, that someone might be stronger. He might genuinely think that he's the strongest person out there, but I feel like to some degree he just wants to train his mind to be a better strategist. So that way he's a better fighter, better like that. Even though he might think he's the strongest, might as well train up other aspects of your life to become stronger, kind of thing. I don't know. Um, at this point where he's still like an amoeba. We're not sure what he's thinking at any given time, because he's just stone cold. His face is the same kind of expression the entire time. Um, yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what he does with all the strategy information and everything like that. We have a couple more. I don't know exactly what the timeline is again, on when the selection process is supposed to happen. I feel like they said a couple days. I can't be sure 100%. Um, I don't remember what they were saying about the time and everything. But Killua is currently heading to a doctor. Gon and his buddy are, I think, strategizing slash trying to find Killua slash heading towards the capital to fight the king slash Pitoy? Pito, how do you pronounce her name again? The cat girl. It's like Pitou. What else? Pitoy? Am I saying that right? Pitoy. I remember how to pronounce it. Pito. Pito? I don't know. Um, yeah, if anyone has like a solid way of like a, oh gosh, what's that term called? If anyone has like a uh pronunciation guide on how to pronounce all of these ants' names, because I am so bad with Japanese names. Like names in general are like kind of hard for me, but Japanese names in particular, because I'm not too familiar with their language. Um, very little, very little of the language that I know. So a lot of these names I can't even begin to pronounce correctly. So if you have like a step by step like uh, phonetically, there we go. That's the term I'm looking for. Phonetically spelt, how to say it phonetically. So that way I know word for word how to say these ants' names and everything. I can ask Zerdarium to do it for me, but I'm sure some of you guys might have different ways of saying it. If there's a different way, or there's a correct way to do it, or is there a fan way of saying it, or like kind of thing like that? Like I'm not sure anything about that. Anyways, I would love to know how to say these names correctly, that kind of thing, and I'll write them down and I'll put them on my monitor cheat sheet kind of thing that I have on my right side constantly when watching shows, so that way I can glance at it and say, okay, this is this name is Leorio kind of thing, like right, like Leorio's name, it's spelled Leorio, right? But you still got Lee, so it's like L dash or yeah, Lee O, so it's like a OH dash wait, Leo. Here, go on. How would you say that phonetically? Leo Re O. Leorio? Yeah, so it's LWE dash OH dash REE dash OH, I think is like the phonetic way of saying it. Leo Rio. Leorio. I think that's the proper phonetic way of saying his name. LEEOH REEOH. I'm not sure. I know there's a proper way of phonetically saying each and every one of these names, but I'd like to know what you guys think of the names and everything. Like I said, they might differ between certain things, so I'm sure I'm gonna get a lot of different versions of how to say a certain name. Um, Maybe I don't know. I'm just guessing. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this episode. If there's anything I missed that you would like me to talk about, comment down below in the comments, and I'll talk to you guys down there. No spoilers, like always. Do not talk about future content. Do not hint about future content. Do not even mention future content. I'm sure you're happy and glad and excited to see a certain episode in the future. I don't need to hear about it. It makes it so I like, for example, if someone says, "Oh boy, I can't wait until you watch episode 105," and then I get to 105 in my reactions, and I'm expecting 105 to be friggin' amazing because you hyped it up in the comments so much, and then I watch 105, and then it's like it's just an episode. Maybe like a couple moments that are great, but you think that's an example. I don't know. I don't know anything about 105. I just pulled the number out of my head. Um, but yeah, do not spoil anything. If you do spoil anything or mention anything in the future, my moderators will delete your comments and I will never read it. So if you want to talk to me in the comments below, don't spoil anything. Talk about these episodes particularly and past episodes. Do not mention anything in the future. Do not use any information you've gotten from the future episodes. So if, like, let's say, one of these questions I had about one of these characters, but like that, I ask here and use a future episode information flashback that they had, like, 20 episodes from now, and use that information to answer the question that we're here now. That's spoiling. So don't do anything like that. Please, please, please. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week for 4 episodes. No, sorry, 5 episodes. We have 103 through 107, which is going to be really, really cool. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next reaction. Take care, everybody.